This video we are going to discuss top 20 technical interview questions and answers which are commonly asked in the interview of computer science. This is the second part of our series. So the very first question, what is artificial intelligence? And the answer is artificial intelligence or machine intelligence is a common term that is used to build smart machines capable of performing the task. The main aim of artificial intelligence is to solve the problems in a way that are better and faster. Next question, what is machine learning? The answer is machine learning is a system that can learn from an excellent example through self-improvement and without being explicitly coded by a programmer. So here you can see the three types of machine learning, that is supervised, unsupervised and reinforcement. So supervised system is a task driven system, whereas unsupervised system is data driven and the reinforcement system learn from its own mistake. Next question, list the type of constructor. So basically there are three types of constructor. The first one, that is default constructor. So the constructor without any parameter is known as default constructor. Next one is parameterized constructor. So the constructor with at least one parameter is known as parameterized constructor. Third one is copy constructor. So a parameterized constructor that contains a parameter is known as copy constructor. The next one is static constructor. So it will be invoked only once for any number of instances in the class. You can create only one static constructor. And the fifth one, that is private constructor. It is used to restrict the class from being instantiated. It is used when the class contains every member as static. Next question, what is deep learning? The answer is deep learning is a computer software that mimics the network of neuron in a brain. It is a subset of machine learning and it is called as deep learning because it makes the use of deep neural network. So in second figure you can see an example of deep learning. So it makes the use of deep neural network and hence it is known as deep learning. Next question, list out different OOPS principle. So the answer is the basic OOP principles are encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism. So in encapsulation, when an object only exposes to the selected information, that is known as encapsulation. Then abstraction, it hides the complex detail to reduce complexity. Inheritance, that is nothing but entities can inherit attributes from other entities, that is known as inheritance. And the polymorphism, entities can have more than one form, that is polymorphism. Next question, explain the various types of access modifier. So there are three types of access modifier. The first one, that is public, it is visible to particular class. The first one is private, it is visible to a particular class. Second one, that is public, it is visible to the world. Third one is protected, it is visible to a specific package as well as subclass. Next question, what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? So here you can see the difference. So two columns are there. First column is for compiler, second one is for interpreter. The first difference, the compiled code runs faster, whereas interpreted code runs slower. That is the major difference. Then the compiler generates output program which can be run independently from the original program, whereas interpreter do not generate an output program. So the programmer evaluates the source program at every time during the execution. Next difference, the target program executes independently and does not require compiler in the memory. The interpreter exists in the memory during the interpretation. Next difference, it is difficult to implement as compiler cannot predict what happens at turn time. interpreter. It is best suited for the program and development environment. Then compiler takes an entire program as an input, whereas interpreter takes a single line of a coding as an input. Then compiler display all the error after compilation all at the same time, whereas interpreter it display all the error each line one by one. So this is the difference in between compiler and interpreter. Next question, what is programming language? The answer is a programming language is a collection of grammar rules to instruct the computer or computing device to perform the task. So the programming language, it is nothing but a collection of grammar rules, and through programming language we are basically instructing the computer to perform the task. There are various types of programming language, few of them I have shown with the help of figure. So the very popular language nowadays, that is Python, the basic language, that is C and C++, and there are some other languages like Java, HTML, PHP. So these are some of the types of programming languages. Next question, what is inheritance? The answer is inheritance is an object-oriented programming concept in which the class derives the properties of the rest of the classes. So with this diagram you can understand what exactly the inheritance is. Here human is a class, and the sun is also a class, and it takes the property from its parents. Next question, distinguish between constructor and method. So again I have made two different columns. The first column is for constructor, second one is method. So the first difference, constructor is used for initializing the instance of any class, whereas method is used to perform some operation or function. Then constructor does not have any return type, whereas method has a return type. The next difference, the constructor name must be the same as a class name, whereas the name of method can be the same or different as per need. Constructor calls automatically when you creates a class object. Method, you need to call the method explicitly. The last difference, there is a default constructor which is provided by the compiler, and there is no method provided by the compiler. So this is the difference in between constructor and the method. Next question, what is byte stream? Answer is byte stream is most usually used to perform input and output for Unicode having 8 bit. So for better understanding, I have shown the difference between byte stream and character stream. This also you can refer. Next question, what do you mean by destructor? So the answer is destructor is a class member function that deletes or destruct an object. For better understanding, I have shown the difference in between constructor and destructor. So the constructor is used to initialize an instance of a class, whereas a destructor is used to delete or destroy the object when they are no longer in use. Next difference, constructor are called when an instance of a class is created, whereas destructor are called when an object destroyed or released. Then constructor, memory allocation is there, whereas destructor, it releases the memory. In constructor, overloading is possible, whereas in destructor, overloading is not allowed. Constructor are allowed to have argument. No argument can be passed in a destructor. So this is the difference in between constructor and destructor. Next question, list out layers of OSI model. So basically there are 7 layers. The first one, that is physical layer. Second is data link. Third one, network. Fourth is transport. Fifth is session. Sixth, presentation. And seventh one is application. So there are 7 layers of OSI model. Next question, what is the difference between process and thread? So again I have made two different columns. So the very first difference, process is heavyweight or resource intensive, whereas thread, it is lightweight, taking lesser resource than the process. Next difference, process switching needs interaction with operating system. Thread switching does not need to interact with the operating system. Next difference, in multiple processing environment, each process execute the same code but has its own memory and file resource. In thread, all thread can share same set of open files, child processes. Next difference, if one process is blocked, then no process can execute until the first process is unblocked. Thread, while one thread is blocked and waiting, a second thread in the same task can run. Next difference, multiple process without using thread use more resources. Thread, multiple threaded process use fewer resources. And the last difference, in multiple processes, each process operate independently of other. Thread, one thread can read, write or change another thread's data. So this is the difference in between process and thread. Next question, state the difference between primary memory and secondary memory. So again, two column, the column at left hand side, that is for primary memory, right hand side, that is secondary. So the first difference, primary memory remains directly connected with the CPU. Secondary memory does not remain directly connected with the CPU. Primary memory is a volatile memory, whereas secondary memory is non-volatile memory. Then primary memory is a temporary memory, whereas secondary memory is non-volatile memory. Then primary memory is directly controlled by the microprocessor. Secondary memory is controlled by user. This is the major difference. Primary memory, it keeps data and instructions temporarily only at the execution time. Secondary memory, it keeps the data for any specific long time according to the user. Primary memory is faster than secondary memory. Secondary memory is slower than the primary memory. The manufacturing cost of primary memory is very high, whereas the manufacturing cost of secondary memory is lower as compared to primary memory. Next difference, what is an internet? So the answer is, the internet is a global network of a computer that offers a wide range of information and communication facility. It involves interconnected network using a communication protocol. So here in the diagram you can see the multiple applications of internet, such as you can send email with the help of internet, then database, you can do trading, programs, you can do chatting, searching, entertainment, video conferencing. So these are nothing but different applications of internet. Next question, what is World Wide Web? That is WWW. So the WWW or World Wide Web is a method of accessing information using internet media. So with the help of internet, you can access the information from the server. So that is the purpose of internet, and World Wide Web is a method with which you can access that information using the internet facility. Next question, what is an algorithm? This is very basic question and you should know its answer. So a computer algorithm is a detailed step-by-step method for solving a problem by using a computer. An algorithm is a sequence of unambiguous instructions for solving a problem in a finite amount of time. An algorithm is well-defined computational procedure that takes some value or set of value as an input and produce some values or a set of values as an output. More generally, an algorithm is any well-defined computational procedure that takes collection of element as input and produces a collection of element as output. Now the last question, what is cryptography? The answer is, cryptography is the study of techniques that hide the real meaning of information. It transforms this information into a format that cannot be read by human and vice versa. So with this diagram you can understand it. So the readable message here shown, that is, this is a presentation on cryptography. Then through cryptographic system it has been converted and you can see the unreadable message which cannot be read by human being. So these are the top 20 questions which are commonly asked in the interview of computer science. This is the second part of our series. I request all the viewer to watch first part as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.